Hi, I'm Judy. Well, welcome to Go With Yin Yoga and this releasing, relaxing meditation for transitioning into winter. I'm personally just getting over a cold. You may or may not hear some throat clearing. I will do my best to make sure that that gets cut off, but you never know. And I have some notes that I will be referring to from time to time. You can do this meditation laying down. You can also do it seated as I am. It's up to you. Winter really invites us to go inward. It's a chance to slow down and just be. Unfortunately, society does not really approve of slowing down and doing less and going inside. It doesn't applaud it. The problem with that, with going along with societal norms of doing more, being more, doing everything perfectly, is that we get burnt out and we get things like colds and flus. I mean, there is always going to be some imbalance in life and probably some times that you will get sick. But the more you push when you shouldn't push, the more likely it is to happen. And I want to read you this quote as you get comfortable and begin to take your attention to your breath. It is from Larry Dorsey in the book Healing Words. And I actually read this quote in another book. I don't own that book. Impulse to do when sick is understandable, and a certain amount of doing is always valuable and can be life-saving. But doing must also be supplemented by being. Looking inward, examining, focusing, wondering, asking. And that is exactly what my intent for you with this meditation and practice is, to go inside, to begin to wonder, what if I did this? What if I did that? Asking yourself what it is you need in this winter time. Go ahead and come into an easy seated position or laying down on your back. Set an intention for this practice if you'd like. And take your attention to your breath and just notice, wonder, ask, how does your breath feel in this moment right now? No judgment. Your breath is your breath. We're going to begin this practice by tensing our muscles and then releasing. And I will walk you through the different areas. So let's begin by tensing your hands, your arms, and your shoulders. Really tensing all those muscles. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then relax. Let all that tension go. Inhale, see if you can relax a little bit more. Another breath in and out. And this time I'd like you to tense your feet, your legs, your hips. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. A little bit more. And relax. Inhale, let that tension just flow out into the earth. Inhale, exhale. See if you can release just a little bit more. And finally, I'd like you to tense your entire body, your feet, your legs, your arms, your hands, your shoulders, your face, your head, everything. Squeeze, squeeze a little bit more, a little bit more, and then relax. Let all that tension go. If you'd like, We're going to use Bhu Mudra next, one of my favorite mudras. It's associated with the earth element. We are actually now in the season where we're between autumn and winter. And it's always good to ground yourself as you transition from one season into another. Bhu Mudra is really simple. You just take your little finger and your ring finger and bend them in to touch your thumbs. And then your index and middle fingers come out in a peace sign. And you can plug right into your bed, your mat. If you're laying down, you can do this laying down as well. I like to do that sometimes. And just begin to wonder, what am I feeling right now? I feel some energy moving throughout my body. Sense the energy inside of your body. Allow the breath to slow. We're going to scan our entire body. And we're starting with our feet. And just taking your attention to your feet. And then your ankles. Your lower legs. Your knees. Your upper legs. Your hips. Your pelvis. Your heart center. And your throat center. And then to your lower back, your upper back, your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, and hands. And finally, your neck and your head. And just take a few moments to breathe here. You can continue to plug into the earth with your Bhu Mudra, or if it's beginning to feel like a bit much, allow your hands to rest wherever feels comfortable to your body. Close your eyes if it feels safe and comfortable for you to do so. And begin to notice your thoughts. Just drifting as if it were clouds drifting through the sky. Not labeling them, just noticing them and allowing them to pass. And spend about a minute just observing your thoughts. And now maybe allow your hands to come into your lap or by the sides of your legs, relaxing your hands, letting go of that mudra. I'm going to offer you some affirmations here to repeat. I am enough. I do enough. Rest restores and renews me. It's safe for me to go inward. And repeat these affirmations silently to yourself if you choose to. I am enough. I do enough. Rest restores and renews me. It's safe for me to go inward. And one last time. I am enough. I do enough. Rest restores and renews me. It's safe for me to go inward. And allow yourself just a couple of minutes of silence here. Just be aware of anything that comes up, letting it go as if it's a cloud drifting across the sky. You can continue to remain in meditation, but if you do need to move on, inhale and bring the palms of your hands together in front of your heart and begin to rub your hands together, really creating some heat, bringing yourself back into the present moment, right here, right now, and then allowing your hands to still. Front of your heart, thumbs pressing into the breastbone, your heart center. Lifting and opening that heart. And slowly blinking your eyes if you're laying down, maybe rolling over to one side and bringing yourself back up to seated. Allowing your hands to drop back into your lap. I hope that you enjoyed this brief meditation. It's a pretty short one. It would be great to follow this short practice with some pranayama, and I will link up somewhere around here to my pranayama playlist, or you can move on to a yin yoga earth practice. And I have quite a few of those, and I'll link up to something here. So whether you're in the Northern Hemisphere or whether you're in the Southern Hemisphere, we're both transitioning from season to season. So an earth element practice will be good for both Northern or Southern Hemispheres. I do want to reread the quote I read to you in the beginning. I was reading a book that I really loved, and this particular quote really struck me. Impulse to do when sick is understandable, and a certain amount of doing is always valuable and can be life-saving. But doing must also be supplemented by being, looking inward, examining, focusing, wondering, asking. And it spoke to me because I have been caretaking for a really long time. I've been caretaking for my parents, first my dad, now my mom, for pretty much a decade. And before that, a really long line of animals. We've lived here about 15 and a half years, and we have said goodbye to 5 beloved animals in that time. Or six of them, which seems like a lot, and it was, and most of them needed some caretaking. So, for the last 20 plus years, because I've had other animals before that who needed caretaking, I can't tell you the number of times that I have pushed through when I did not feel good. And there are times when I still have to do that. In fact, Monday I was at my mom's because someone had to be there, and it had to be me. I'm just getting over a cold. Quite frankly, it was the last thing I wanted to do, but sometimes that happens. But I've learned this last year with several illnesses that I've pulled back a lot, because sometimes I don't have to be there, and sometimes I have to take care of myself. And I know that I'm talking to people out there who are also caretaking, who are also pushing through, and also getting sick. It happens. It's kind of the nature of caretaking. But we need to caretake ourselves as well. And sometimes that's the lesson to be found in our sickness. And sometimes it's just that sometimes we just need to be and not do. Okay. I hope that you enjoyed this meditation. I hope that you are feeling more relaxed and have released some tension. If you enjoy this meditation, please go ahead and click the like button. If you'd like to practice with me again, most of the time I'm doing in yoga practices, but sometimes I do meditations too, and it's been a while. Meditation is one of the limbs of yoga. It is yoga. And I find meditation sometimes can be a lifesaver. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are like, I can't sit still. So I structured this particular meditation so you're not doing that much sitting still. You're still doing, and you're being just a little. It's a practice, and it will help you get more comfortable with just being and not doing. Thank you so much for joining me. The affirmations will also be in the description below, I hope. And they're great affirmations to use all the time, because you are enough, and you do enough. And you will be safe to go inside yourself. It can be a scary place, I know, but it can be a safe place too. Thank you so much for taking the time for yourself. And thank you so much for joining me. If you want to practice with me again, go ahead and click the subscribe button and click the bell. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.